Hi, could you introduce yourself? Today is November 28th, 2008.
My name is Calvin Murphy from Bear Lake, Michigan.
Mr. Murphy, what type of service have you been involved with before?
United States Army. Served from 1965 until 1967.
And what unit did you serve in?
I was with Charlie Battery, 1st Battalion, 44th Artillery, Quad 50s and Twin 40 Dusters.
So that's during the Vietnam War?
Yes, it was.
Okay. And you're experiencing a little problem right now. You recently have filed for a divorce and have gotten a divorce. And what has happened since then?
I went through court and with several hearings. I was jailed, giving 90 days for contempt of court because they were taking money, wanted me to pay money out of my Veterans Disability Fund and Social Security disability. I'm on 100% disability for post-traumatic stress disorder from service in Vietnam.
And if I understand you correctly, your disability pay is not divisible even in the case of divorce. Is that correct?
That is right. Under Title 38, Section 5301 in the U.S. Code of Law, it states very clearly, a beneficiary shall be exempt from taxation, shall be exempt from claim of creditors, shall not be liable to attachment, levy, or seizure by or under any legal or equitable process whatsoever, either before or after receipt by the beneficiary.
So what's happening is who is awarding, taking the benefits from the military personnel, their combat disability pay? Who has the authority to take that away?
Nobody has the authority, but state courts are.
State courts are dividing your combat earned disability pay with spouses, with your spouse.
Exactly.
And is this happening in other areas besides Michigan?
Yes, in at least 12 other states that I'm aware of.
So do you know if other veterans know that their combat disability earned pay could be taken away from them in the event of a divorce?
Most veterans think that their benefits are protected, but we're getting the word out there. I belong to an organization, Operation Firing for Effect, that is an affiliate of the Veterans Connection, and we're trying to get this message out there nationwide that your benefits should be protected and they are exempt from any state court in this process.
And you know of several cases, several hundred cases across the country where veterans are losing their benefits. In your case, you're going through a divorce, and is there dependent children?
No children, no minor children.
So is this about just not wanting to pay the ex-wife?
No, it's the principle of it that I am standing by the law that I was willing to give my life for, fighting for this country and the process that we serve under. And it's like a catch-22. They say one thing and then turn around and do something else.
Have you alerted the officials, like your congressmen and representatives, with this information? Have you received any assistance?
They have been notified. Some talk to us, but we're not getting very far. We've testified before some congressional officials in Washington, and we're hoping to testify before the Senate. And we're getting the word out there. We're making progress, slow but surely.
And could you restate what code this was?
This is Title 38, Section 5301 of the U.S. Code of Law.
How would veterans find out information if they think they're in this situation? Who should they contact?
They can go on to the internet and go under OFFE2008.org. And that's Operation Firing for Effect, and anything you want to find over this situation would be on there.
And what about this 5301 club?
As we have over 40 men and women right now who belong to this case, who have either had cases in the past or they're involved in them right now, or they are going to be in the future.
So those are other veterans that are in the same situation. They're about to lose a large percentage of their combat disability pay via the courts that are taking it away. Is that correct?
Right, right. And in these courts, some are saying they're not taking the veteran's disability, but if the veteran is deemed non-employable, he gets Social Security disability, and they're taking that, and it states the same thing in Section 42, or Title 42, Section 407, basically the same thing. The right of any person to any future payment under this subchapter shall not be transferable or assignable at law or in equity, and none of the monies paid or payable or rights existing under this subchapter shall be subject to execution, levy, attachment, garnishment, or any other legal process.
So let me understand you clearly. We've got a U.S. Code of Law that says your combat disability pay is not divisible, and you got a Social Security code that is also saying that the benefits cannot be taken away.
Exactly.
And we still have the state judges that are taking away portions of veterans who have served this country, taking portions of their combat disability pay and awarding it to ex-spouses.
Yes, they are.
And at this point, does this Veterans Administration, are they involved with this in any way?
They know about it, and they say once the check is issued, their job is done. They cannot intervene or do anything that goes through the state process and the state courts.
So your divorce is final. What appeal are you at, or what's your next level to keep fighting this?
I'm appealing into the Michigan Court of Appeals, and that'll probably take about a year, but that's what the status of my case is right now.
If you had one thing you would like to share with other veterans, what would it be regarding 5301?
We need all the help we can get, and contact your senators, your congressmen, your state representatives, service officers. We have to get this message out that the law is being broken. And several other veterans like me who have went to jail over this issue, yes, we're guilty. We're guilty of serving the United States of America. And that is our only crime. We want to keep what we earned and not give them to civilians who have no right to them. And they have to stop treating the American veteran the way they are. It's like when we hang our uniforms up, we're discarded like a pair of old shoes. Everybody's just grab what they can get, and we're just forgotten about.
And this is not just about Vietnam veterans, is that correct?
No. I have talked to veterans from World War II to the present that have been through this and have lost their benefits, and several of the veterans are leaving the states that made the ruling and are virtually going into hiding and are wanted. It's contempt of court, but all they're guilty of is serving their country. It's not right.